Hey Pisceans, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of April general reading here. So I want to get right into your meditation. So it was short but sweet. I saw the word Pisces and it felt like, very large. It looked kind of like a piece of art. It was Pisces. And then I saw a diamond ring be placed on a corner of one of the letters of Pisces, and it kind of fell down in the front. It was sitting there. And then I saw, it was like a commercial suddenly for a diamond, like a jewelry company, which I don't know if you will have heard of, but called De Beers, and I believe I could be misquoting and mixing up my diamond advertisements, but I feel like their tagline was "A diamond is forever," and then I saw a seal swimming above the letters in the diamond ring. So seals are very much about, they kind of equate to a Page of Cups energy, and they're about innocence, but they're also about courage and bravery to mine one's own inner depths in order to reach emotional equilibrium and balance. And it's also about embracing introspection by way of, like I said, mining one's feelings. So it's sort of digging deep within one's emotional core for the purpose of introspection in order to gain clarity, wisdom, helpful insights in order to promote one's healing. It's a beautiful energy to have come through for you. So we're going to take a look at the cards for first half of April, but before I do that, I want to explain a little bit to you. So going to be doing a new format going forward here, where I'm going to come to you mug and all to talk about your meditation, and then when it's time to go to the cards, we're going to do a different camera shot and just have it be all about the cards and all of their glories, so that you can see all the detail and all of them laid out. So I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think about this format. Does it work for you, etc.? And one more thing before we get into the cards is my Facebook group. I talk about this a lot, but I really want you to join if you haven't already. And it's a private Facebook group for spiritual people, for intuitively minded people, for metaphysically minded people, for supernatural loving folks to get together and share in an uplifting and safe and inclusive environment. It's a place where you can ask questions or tell stories or talk about astrology or ask questions about tarot or really anything that you can think of. It's such a beautiful space. Everyone there is really beautiful, and they all share a common energy, which you will if you are a watcher and a vibrator of this channel. All the people there are the same. So if you feel so inspired or inclined, please do join. The description box holds the link by which to go and join that group. So I so hope to see you guys over there. And now, without any further ado, let's take a look at your cards for first half of April. Hey Pisceans, we're going to be taking a look at your cards for the first half of April. Let's go on and see where animal energy is. What is the animal energy for Pisces? Oh, floppity flop. Oh, interesting. So we have the shark here. So this is really fascinating. Given that we saw a seal, so we are looking at one of the main predators of said seal. So that's interesting information to take into account and notice. Shark energy is a lot about our shadow work, right? Our shadow sides. Whenever shark comes up, we are being invited to engage in shadow work. So that should definitely be mentioned here. Shark also equates to water energy for a water sign. We saw a water animal, so a lot about the emotions for first half of April for sure. Shark also equates to the devil energy in the tarot, which is about the material things, the 3D aspects of ourselves and our given circumstances, but it also speaks to our fear and in what ways our fear holds us back, or in what ways we are making more fear-based choices over love-based choices, right? The ways in which we do not serve ourselves from fear. So interesting. We could definitely be diving into the deep end here, Pisces. I had to say it. It's very watery, isn't it? Okay, which is cool because you guys are water signs. You can roll with that, right? Let's see what's going on with Yes. Okay, good. So we have the Magician here in the first position. So the Magician, this is very much about the power is yours. It is in your hands in order to manifest what you desire, in order to align with your purpose, in order to live up to your highest and best potential. You have all of the tools that you could possibly need to manifest the life that you desire, to step into a position of authority and power over your own autonomy, right? The feeling behind this is very much empowerment, right? We have all the tools of the tarot here, right? With the sword for our mind and our thoughts, how we think about things, how we see things, our perception. We have the wand here for the actions that we do or don't take around the work that we love to do, or the relationships that really inspire and energize us. We have the cup, which, as you know, and how to deal with our emotions and to balance ourselves and nurture our own emotional needs so that we can turn around and nurture or be there for others emotionally. And then we have the pentacles, which teaches us about, finances and smart choices when it comes to our material, health and wealth, how to look after our bodies, right? You have all of these tools at your disposal, right? And the Magician says all you need to do, right, is be aware that they exist and then set an intention to use them and then watch what unfolds, right? This is a beautiful major arcana energy coming in off the top here. I do feel like with the shark energy and the fact that we saw the seal and I'm not exactly sure what the diamond ring was about yet. Maybe it'll come up again, maybe not. Except to say, now that I've mentioned it, diamonds are incredibly, what do they say? How do you get a diamond? From a lot of pressure, right? Could be something in that. Right. But they're also strong while being delicate at the same time. There could vulnerability could be something in that. But yes, Magician is a beautiful place to start with here. Could be talking about, how to manifest outside of some of the shadow aspects of fear or restriction or self-doubt or whatever have you, that could be affecting you receiving the full force of what it is you desire. Let's see what else is going on here. Ooh, ooh, interesting indeed. So we have the Six of Wands here. What is so great about this is that we were talking about, what may or may not be keeping you from the full force of what it is you deserve and want to receive. And then we have the Six of Wands here, which is about victory. But this is victory and public recognition in a way that others can see. This is like, yes, I won. I did it. It's mine. I'm feeling great. Right? This is that like you got the call and you got the part. This is that you got the job. This is that, you got the job and you just did something major within it. And now you've got like a big raise in promotion. Like you're moving to the top floor of the, this is that kind of energy. It's really, really beautiful. So he's picked up his wand here and he's going forward and manifesting and achieving, right? Interesting. Let's see what else is going on. Ooh, another wand here. So we got the Queen of Wands here. Now, what's really fascinating about the Queen of Wands, and she is my favorite queen, I'll have you know, is that she is very much about a balance between caring for herself and caring for others. She has got that on lock. Right? Which is why only part of why I love her so much. She's also the queen of the home and the hearth, and she understands that in order to get out in the world and fly high, that it's important to have a foundation that is sturdy and stable and feels like where you're safe enough to be wrong. And I feel like there's something in that for you, feeling safe enough to get it wrong. We could be dealing with some aspects of perfectionism, or it could be a good opportunity to kind of take a look at your drivers or things you may have inherited from childhood. Because along with that seal aspect, right, and the shark is a lot about fear, there could be aspects of yourself that are a little afraid to take risks or get it wrong or really ascend your current position because you have no idea what's on the other side of where you are. And there's a comfortable aspect of knowing what it is, right? Very interesting. I'm really into the cat in this as well. You know, cats also represent intuition, and also kind of following those feelings, where cats don't need to see something in the same way that humans do in order for them to perceive something is in the air or something is happening, right? So there's something about a second sight coming in here as well that I'm feeling for y'all. Which is interesting, because going back to the seal / the Page of Cups, children are quite well aware of a lot of things that adults aren't, right? Magician. Children are incredibly intuitive. Wow. Right. So, to clarify the Magician, we have the Two of Swords. Now, what's really, really interesting about the Two of Swords is that this is about bringing together the head and the heart for equal conference, right? So it's about going, hey, head, like, what is the information you can give me? And then, hey, heart, what's the information you can give me? And then considering both of those equally, right? And what's really interesting about this depiction of it is that we have the moon here, and the moon is very, as you know, as a Pisces, right? You guys are the moon key. The moon is very much about the unknown and intuition. And we were just looking at intuition with that cat in childhood, right? You know, the fact that we have a very forward energy here with the Magician, which is about taking action, making it happen, and getting clear on those manifestation points and desires. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is about taking a time out to really consider all the information at hand. This is even further lining up with what we were talking about asking yourself those questions and doing that emotional deep dive of introspection so that you can sort of be aware and have autonomy around what is not serving you in purpose of your greater goals, right? That's what it is, really. Six of Wands. All right. So we got the, let me hold this up together. So we got the Knight of Swords here. What's really interesting is that we have a Knight here in this deck as well with the Six of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Swords coming up here. Now, the Knight of Swords is about a big influx of information and or communication, right? Now, the thing about the Knight of Swords is that the messaging isn't always sugar and spice and everything nice. Sometimes it can sting a bit. It can be absolutely blunt in nature, but it's something that we never regret hearing it. We never regret the information, right? The delivery might be a bit rough, but the content itself is worth the sting, right? So this with the Six of Swords, I really feel like this, especially with the teeth on the shark here, I'm really drawn to these razor sharp teeth there, right? I feel like there's something about clearing the path or clearing the way for you to move ahead in a way that's free from fear and fully seated in your own power and belief system, right? There's something about that for you. You know, it's also really interesting here that the Knight has his face covered, and we're talking about shadow work. I'm really hearing to really consider what parts of yourself, for some of you guys, and with the moon here, and with the caterpillar, it's all over here actually. What parts of yourself, if any, are afraid of being seen? I feel like there's a potential on the other side of that question, okay? And let me let you in on something. Everybody in some way, shape, or form is afraid of being seen. Even people who love the limelight, even the most triple placement Leo in the world is afraid of either some aspect of them being seen or being seen in a particular light. So maybe it's not that you're afraid of being seen in general, but you're afraid of being perceived in a particular light, or seen as a failure, or seen as intuitive, or seen as, you know, too needy, whatever. But you're being asked to consider, and what ways are you afraid to be seen? That it feels like an entry point to the magical kingdom that is the energy that you have available to you in the first half of April, which on the other side of lies a opportunity or series of opportunities for you that can't necessarily manifest in the same way because there's something within you or your given circumstances that is keeping that from flowing freely. Like with the Magician, right? Free flowing, and then Two of Swords, which is taking a time out. All right, Queen of Wands. Good Lord. So we have So sorry, guys. It's like towards the end of my day, so I'm feeling a bit loops, but stay with me here. So Four of Swords with the Queen of Wands. So Four of Swords, this is really, really nice. So first of all, if you have been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that I associate an animal with every sign. And it's not always like, you know, aligned with like, you know, astrology, or it's my personal psychic associations for animal energies that embody a certain zodiac sign, right? And for me, Pisceans, their animal energy equivalent is the unicorn, right? Which is so beautiful. So with the unicorn energy here, with the Four of Swords, traditionally speaking, is about taking the time out to completely power down and rest and turn off and be at ease with them for yourself. Also, this person is sleeping on a moon crescent. We've been talking about moon. The intuition, the unknown, the shadow realm, right? The fact that we're looking at like a powering down with the unicorn here as well. The unicorn is also about dreams and judgment. Judgment as in the judgment key in the tarot. Now, what I'm getting with this as well is, remember how we were talking about the Page of Cups and how that's a child's energy? Pages are kids, right? Little girls, actually. So that page energy, that seal energy, which represent innocence. And then we have the unicorn here, which is also about innocence, children, and specifically artistically gifted or intuitive children. So it's interesting that childhood is coming up here as well. I feel like there's an aspect of you that's being called to return to the part of you that is judgment-free or resides within you that feels a little bit more vulnerable, because I feel like there's a lot of information in that. And the fact that it's being paired with the cat, and children are so intuitive, right? And this is about seeing things that aren't necessarily discernible to the naked human eye. And then we have the moon, a symbol of intuition, and someone sleeping on top of it over unicorns, which is like a big magical brew being cooked up underneath this person. You guys are so intuitive. I feel like you know this. As a Piscean, you must know that you're intuitive. But I do feel like you are being encouraged, even more so than usual, to actively participate with that aspect of you for the purpose of clarity and balance, so that you can propel yourself forward. But this feels like, just take a moment to review, take a moment to... I'm hearing the tagline from The View today for some reason, but I'm hearing to take a moment to enjoy, you know, your view in terms of like what's inside of you and really asking yourself these questions. Feels important. But kind of a tagline for shark energy is that abundance lies on the other side of your fear. Or is it abundance lies outside of your comfort zone? I feel like for you guys, it's an abundance lies on the other side of your fear / comfort zone. Let's go ahead and get an oracle for you guys. Pisceans, let's get an oracle. You know, really drawn to these people with shields on the unicorn as well. There is something about protecting yourself, or an aspect of yourself that's vulnerable, or what you're afraid to be seen as. There's something related to this. And I feel like Spirit is going, put them gloves on and get to the truth of it, though, because there's just something like within that that's just going, you know, what you deserve, what you seek, what you're, an aspect of you is trying to align with, needs to go through this dark night of the soul, needs to go through, and it doesn't, you know, have to be like that, but needs to go through these murkier waters where the Jaws music is playing, you know, in order to get to the other side. All right, what's going on? Oh, it's so good. Oh my God. Guys, hello. Playfulness. What were we talking about? Seal, innocence, childlike energy. Okay, so I think this is, let me take a look at this. Beautiful. So an aspect of this that's really coming through as well is not just that, like, this is about tuning in with that childlike aspect of you that allows for the given moment outside of judgment. I already said that, right? And then we have playfulness, which is so often associated with children and their ability to play and be in the present moment. But here's what I'm getting with this. You know, these like butterfly wings there, which are very much about transformation. I was very drawn to the caterpillar aspect. And we have, you know, the two stages next to each other, right? Well, we're missing one. We're missing the chrysalis here, right? But in between these two, so we have the caterpillar. You're being asked to, like, Four of Swords and a sort of chrysalis, right, under the sea here, which will lead you to this fully formed butterfly of playfulness on the other side of it. You know, what I'm getting with this is two things. One, there's a lighter sense of being, or a lighter state of being, a lighter feeling on the other side of this energy, should you choose to participate with it in such a way. Right? It's like a lightness, but there's also an aspect of engaging with it from a place of play, like a child would. A lot of our fears are learned, you know, so that could be a clue, like something to get into. But also, when I ask the question, think about the ways in which you're afraid of being seen. Children have a beautiful lack of, like, self-consciousness. We grow into that through life experience, as we're made fun of, as we're judged, as we're ridiculed, as we're different, as we're whatever, reprimanded by parents or teachers or people in positions of authority, whatever, other kids, whatever that is, right? But you're being asked to kind of go within here and reconnect with that part of you before it was afraid of being seen or seen in such a way, or X, Y, Z, and ABC. Right? You're really being asked to connect with the child inside of you, your inner child. I feel like there's a lot of information there for you in terms of your fear, where you're going, and what you could actually do with all that is within you and that you're capable of. I have to tell you, this doesn't feel terribly long. There are other times when it's like, this is going to take some time, you know, but I feel like this can be accomplished pretty efficiently. And I can't tell you why I feel that way. I can't sit here and be like, oh, it's going to take this much time and this, but I feel it though. And it's not always like that. So I feel like this is a real opportunity to kind of go, okay, like, I can work with this energy that's coming up and kind of look at, in what ways am I holding myself back out of a fear of being seen, whether that's being seen at all or seen in a particular way. What is my shadow work? What does that hold for me? What subconscious fears are affecting my day-to-day reality and choices? And what could I manifest and realize if I were to first be aware of them, and second, take action on the other side of that awareness? What if I had a complete magician's autonomy over my choices and my destiny? And you do, right? This is just about working through your human experience so that you can connect more clearly with your inner magician. And that's the work, you know? With that being said, Pisceans, I am wishing you all a very happy and blessed first couple of weeks of April here in Aries season. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Please, please, please comment below. Tell me, what do you think of this new format? Does it work for you? Why or why not? Also, please tell me that if this helped and resonated. I love hearing from you guys. I love it, I love it, I love it. I feel like the comments have been low as of late, but I really, truly love hearing from you. I respond to every comment that I possibly can. I really do. So please comment. I love hearing from you guys. Truly, truly. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. That would mean the most to me if you could like, share, and subscribe me. I would love that. Hit that notification bell. Stay with me. Stay in it. And with that being said, just thank you so much. More than anything, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.